Today we are going to undertake another project. We have a 1973 Silverline tri-hull that was purchased extremely cheap, like $200. It's never seen salt water in its life, but it has the typical transom rot. The old Merc 1977 Merc 40 runs like a champ. Now the proper way to fix this boat would be to remove the rub rail, completely split the cap from the hull, and laminate new wood coring into the transom, redo the stringers, redo the deck. But we ain't got time for all that. This boat only is going to get used about once or twice a year in a freshwater lake. The plan is I'm going to take and unclamp the motor. I'm going to leave everything connected. I'm going to throw a strap around that beam with a little chain hoist, swing the motor off to the side. I'll remove all this trim, take a grinder, I'm going to cut a couple notches, and I've got some 3/4 inch pressure treated ply that I am going to sandwich inside there, and I doubt there's a whole lot of the original wood left, so I don't think I'm going to have to do a whole lot of digging. But anyway, got some, like I said, 3/4 inch pressure treated ply. I'll probably need 2 layers of it, and I'm going to seal it up with liquid nails construction adhesive. And for the purposes of using this boat, it'll be fine. Anyway, there we have it. Alright, we now have the motor. I've got it hanging from a beam. I got it supported and swung off to the side. I've removed this piece of trim. Discovered that at one time, obviously the motor being newer than the boat, I knew it wasn't the original motor. You can see where some bolt holes used to be, and those were filled with what appeared to be bathroom silicone caulk, and then kind of covered with this aluminum, had an aluminum plate kind of over the top of it. You can also see this is the seam. As I was talking earlier, how the boat is made in 2 molds. There's the cap, the top part of the boat, and the hull. And you can see this seam, well, it wasn't ever sealed. That's just the way the boat was built. I mean, this was kind of a mass-produced toy of the 70s. I don't really think longevity was as important as getting them out the door at the time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my grinder and I'm going to cut here, right along here to here, and I'm going to lift this piece off, and I can get down in there and dig out as much of the rot. Now, you know, ideally if I took this all apart, I'd replace all the wood sandwich in here. It's still somewhat solid over there. I've hammered from the inside. And that's the idea. That's how I'm going to go about this. So I may have to go get a hole saw when I'm done to put that back in. That's the drain for the motor well. But there you have this phase. Alright. Well, I got that off, and this moist pulp represents what used to be the wood. So now time is to start. Alright, we've gotten quite a bit farther with this. We got a piece cut for there. And I've got this basically pieced together. There was just no way to do it in one piece with perfect no gaps. That's actually solid wood down there towards the bottom, butting up. I've got a piece of hardwood oak that's going to span across here, and it's going to get screwed to it from the inside. But now it's time to pull it all out of there, put some liquid nails on it, and start driving everything into place. Alright, here we are, about ready to put the motor back on. You can see how that looks inside there. Liquid nails, or Gorilla Glue type construction adhesive, isn't the neatest thing in the world to work with, but got this all sealed up here, ready to swing the motor back on. I had to get some longer bolts to go through those holes. So, well, One thing's for sure, I can't have made it worse than it was before. Here's just a sampling of some of what was left of the transom. And that's all. All right, we've done the transom job. Say hey, kids. Hey, kids. All right, I'm gonna rev it up. Oh, we got a bunch of bluegills in there.
One's a floater.
And I guess it's okay. The motor ain't come off the transom yet. I see the dock.
Did it crash?
No crash.
We survived.
We survived. We haven't crashed into the dock.
Alright.
Big Swan Lake, Todd County, Minnesota.
Yeah.